Welcome to In My Bag with Backpack Jeff, where we connect with ordinary people doing extraordinary things. And today, I got a very ordinary person that's doing something super extraordinary. Y'all listen, man. My guy Jus Me, he's a phenomenal poet, man. He was doing poetry back when poetry was poetry, before it turned into poetry. That's a poem right there. You can have that one for free, y'all. My man has been killing it on TikTok. He's been killing it on Instagram, bro. A staple in the community, yo. We also want to talk about this brother's fitness journey. I'm super excited to have this brother on my birthday twin, y'all. Jus Me the poet. What's going on, bro? How you doing, man? Doing good? Hey, thank you for coming on, man. We've been trying to work this joint out to get you on, bro. But I'm glad we finally had an opportunity to get this joint going, man. So tell the people who Jus Me is, bro.
First off, thank you for creating the platform.
Your mic.
So thank you.
Pull your mic to you.
For creating a platform, because a lot of times we take for granted. You know, we a lot of times people are waiting for a platform. They're waiting for that opportunity, that big break. Well, I always say, don't want to know the man, become the man.
Whew.
You know,
Soundbite right there.
become the man.
Yeah.
Everybody's trying to know the man to put me in a certain position in my life.
Right.
Become the man to put yourself in that position.
Right.
And you creating that platform should not be taken for granted.
I appreciate that,
You know,
man.
that deserves a round of applause, man, a standing ovation for anybody who creates a platform. You have become the man. We need people like you. We need you. I thank you, man. I appreciate you allowing me to come on here to share my story.
Yeah.
You know. So what was the question again?
Tell us who Jus Me is.
So yeah, Jus Me. I'm just a man trying to share my story. I'm just living my truth, man. I'm growing every day. I'm growing every year, every second. I'm just trying to share my truth, man. I share my story. I share my experience and the experience of other people through my poetry and my art. Mm-hmm. Everyday life, through my fitness, the way I live, it's a part of me. Like everything that's happening in my life, everything I do in my life, it's a reason for it. It comes from something, and I share a lot of that with you. Like it's a reason the way I am.
Right.
With fitness, with poetry, with everything I've done. Work, anything I'm doing, it's a part of me. Like it's authentic. Mm-hmm. You know, that's just me. It's just me.
It's Jus Me.
You know?
Is that how you came up with the poet name?
In college, we were writing. We used to host a lot of poetry events.
This mic is good.
We created a event called Soul that's striving for ultimate understanding of our life choices. We started back when I was in college, Fort Valley State University, shout out. So, and we were just writing poems, just having like writing sessions, and I was like, man, I need a name. I can't use my regular name on stage. They said, man, it'll come to you. You just got to be yourself. And I was like, you're right. Just me.
Yeah.
That's simple. Like we were just sitting around talking. I was like, I'm just me. I ain't nobody else. Just me. And it stuck, and I just been using it ever since.
Hey, it's definitely a dope name. Yeah. I love it because
Erykah Badu actually said that when I met her. She was like, yo, that's your name? Your stage? I said, yeah. She was like, that's
Erykah
live.
Badu said that? How did you meet Erykah Badu?
Why
I don't know this story.
I was working at the airport, and I met all the celebrities, you know, because they fly. So
yeah,
I saw her, and I was like, yo, y'all got to tap me out so I can go meet Erykah Badu. I went and rapped with her. I said, can you sign my card? I ain't asked for give her no CDs. I said, just sign my card. She signed it, and she was like, yo, that's your stage name? Yo, that's live. I was like, yo, you just made my life. Like, she a real life witch.
Yeah.
Like, for real.
Yeah. Have you ever seen her perform?
Nah, I've never seen her live.
No.
I've never seen her live.
I wanna see her live. She's a person that I wanna see live for sure.
She definitely has been here a few times where I just passed on the opportunity.
Yeah.
I definitely need to see her live.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I definitely do too. Man, how did you get into poetry initially?
Well, I can remember the earliest poem I wrote is when I was 6. And I used to always write poems like with a buddy of mine when we were in high school. He was like one of the best poets I was like, now how you put words together like this? So we got into like writing poetry in high school and just for women, like trying to get the girls and what can we say clever. And I was watching Deaf Poetry. Now I was watching Apollo. They used to have spoken word artists on Apollo sometimes.
Yep.
And it's a dude who did a poem, I think it was called America KKK or something. And I fell in love with the art of spoken word. I was like, I didn't know you can do it like this.
Yeah.
I didn't even know this art form existed.
Right.
And instantly I fell in love with it. Like, poetry is one thing, but the art of spoken word, to create monologues and that delivery and like to act out your art, yo, I fell in love with that, man. That's what I love more than just the poetry itself, man. I love the art of delivering, the art of performing your work. You know, that's what it is for me.
You know what? I just had a call yesterday about a young woman. She's scared to perform. So like, and she wanted to, you know, she liked my delivery and stuff like that. She said she's monotone when, you know, she feel like she would be monotone. And you run into a lot of other poets who are monotone as well. And your message gets lost when you're just this way. You know what I'm saying? But you, like, one thing that I hear about you all of the time from other people in the poetry community, yo, this dude is a hell of a performer. Like when he performs like it's like you said, it's a monologue, and I'm literally acting. Like it's not like I'm just up here and I'm reciting a poem. No, this is theatrical, and I'm giving you a performance, man.
And that's the reason I can't. I'm not saying I can't, but I don't read poetry because I can't give it to you the way I want to give it to you.
Right.
I have to become that poem. Like I have to know exactly what line is coming next because I'm getting ready to give you a whole performance. You know, like I got to deliver this. I got to slow this down. I got to say this a certain way. So that's why I don't read.
Yeah, you got to feel it. Like I got to remember the emotion that I had when I wrote it, or the emotion I felt when somebody else told it to me, and I got to deliver that emotion to you. Like I got to be able to, in this performance, I got to be able to provoke that emotion out of you. And if I can't, I feel like I didn't do my job as a performer. Because when you see an actor and you see good acting, like it makes you, like they make you feel in that moment what they're feeling, because it's like you're completely sucked in. And for these 4 minutes, 3 minutes, 5 minutes, however long I got you on stage, I got your attention, I need you to feel me in those couple of minutes.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. So when you talk to us, what was poetry like? Because U Street before it's U Street now, what was that like?
I wouldn't say it was much of a difference. Of course, DC was different. You know, it was really like chocolate.
Right.
It was really for the arts. Now it's kind of, the difference now is kind of hard to find these authentic spots now. It's kind of hard. It's like at one time, like you can walk down the street and you can have somebody having like a speakeasy or a open mic or something. Like it was easier to find. Now it's kind of like, man, you know, only certain people are doing it. Like I can tell you, I can name on my hand everybody who holding an open mic. At one time, it was more available, but it was more grassroots. Like you had to be on the scene to know where to go, to who was doing what. You had to be on that scene. Now, it's the good thing about it is with social media, you can click and type in something and you find out what's going on.
Right.
That's the good thing about it. It was more grassroots. It was more raw. And it's always been like a tight-knit community. It's always been a tight, like, if you say you do spoken word or poetry in this area, 9 times out of 10, I know who you are.
Right.
If you're on the scene. Like, if you're not a once-in-a-while type person. But if you're really doing it, I either seen you before, heard of you before, met you before, performed. But it's always been that tight-knit group. And the good thing about social media is it's expanding. Now you got different cities coming together. People who you would never have met before because you just never traveled that direction. Now you're meeting them through social media. You're bringing them in town to feature. It's better. I think it's better. It's better. It's giving us the recognition that we deserve.
Right.
That's
Better than just locally. It's like, you know, they're giving you the nationwide recognition.
Because we've been seeing these performances for years. We've been seeing these Academy Award performances for years. And finally, because of social media and having that and everyone having that platform, now the world is starting to see what we've been seeing for years.
Right.
You know, we in the basement performing our heart out. And everybody thinking, That poetry, I'm not really into poetry. You don't know, you never tried it.
Right.
But now people starting to see, man, I do like poetry. I want to try something
because when they think of poetry, they think of you sitting there and you're reading this beautiful poem
Love
straight
Jones.
off of the book.
Love Jones.
And this is what it's gonna be. Yeah, right.
That's what they think. Love Jones. That was the movie.
Yeah.
Everybody, so you do poetry? Yeah. And if they're not into it, they're gonna say, oh, like Love Jones?
Yeah,
Okay.
right. Yeah,
I get it.
Come to a show and see. Like I literally had some girls who came to my last open mic. Shout out to Kim. We Talk Wednesday every third Wednesday of the month at Palisades Restaurant and Lounge in downtown Silver Spring, 8211 Georgia Avenue, Silver Spring, Maryland. Come out and see that. Doors open at 7. Show starts at 8.
Yeah.
But no, I had these two girls. She was like, I don't even like poetry. But when I came there, I was like, yes. And I'm like, see, it's different than what you think of it as, right? Because we've been taught after a poem, you do this. Nah, don't do that. You're going to offend me if this is all I get after a poem. Like,
I feel like I ain't do a good job.
yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, I just pour, I'm sweating.
Yeah, you ain't
like, when I come off stage,
yeah.
I'm like this. Yeah. Like, so I need way more than just some finger snaps and toe taps. You know what I'm saying? I need yelling, screaming, clapping, like all of that, man. And you know, like we talked about earlier, man, it's literally a delivery of a monologue, of a performance for you. So Poetry in U Street, man, talk to us about your journey. When did you know that you wanted to do this, and you realized that you were good at it?
The first time I performed. I knew this was for me. And I've evolved. Like, I can remember my first performances, and I'm like, nah, I got a lot better. Like, I'm a lot different. I'm not the same artist I was, but the first time I performed, I was like, this is for me. And I never gave myself a lot of credit, because I used to rap too. That was pretty good. But I never gave myself credit. Like, I would write something, and I'd be like, oh, that was pretty good. Well, I think it's pretty dope, and I'd be, oh, but it's just me. You know, who am I to write something this good? You know, I never gave myself credit. But when I started getting in front of people, and they started coming up to me telling me how my work had changed their lives, or they needed to hear that, or, you know what I'm saying? Or somebody, like, now with social media, people reposting your stuff, like wow, like, I'm really affecting people. Like, people really taking my words, like, something I came up with, and it's helping them.
Right.
It's healing them. Like, that's why I do it.
Yeah.
But you need those reminders. I know I do personally. Like, sometimes I be like, man, I'm not that good. This ain't for me. Man, I'm all right. And then God will send somebody and say, man, please keep doing what you're doing.
Yeah.
Just last night, I was out hanging out, and a sister came up to me and said, yo, I be seeing your work all the time on social media. Where do you come up with this stuff? Because it's, like, so powerful.
Wow.
And I'm like, wow, like, so God will send you those reminders and say, look, this is for you. I'm preparing you for something. This is for you. Don't stop. I had a haiku I just put out. I can't remember verbatim what it said, but pretty much like, why hasn't God blessed me yet where you're not consistent? Why would I bless you and you're not consistent?
Hey, yo.
As soon as I was getting ready to give you exactly what you wanted and what you've been working towards, you stopped.
You stopped, yeah.
And you expect me to give it to you.
Yeah. So what's crazy is that we could literally take a poem and dissect the whole poem, and it'd be a whole hour-long episode, right? Even with like a haiku, like you said, and this is the haiku king right here. Like, I mean, haikus are crazy, and if you don't know what a haiku is, it's a short Japanese poem, 17 syllables, 575. But like, it's crazy because the thought that goes behind the haikus that you put in, bro. Can you give us one real quick?
Real quick on the Rob talking. Matter of fact, let me read the first one I wrote. Sex and alcohol don't mix. You're done, and they still want to hang over. Haiku.
Sex and alcohol don't mix. You're done, and they still want to hang over.
You know,
that's the double entendre, and the hangover, bruh, is crazy.
And the reason I started writing haiku was because of social media and I saw how social media was structured. I needed to have content, and I needed to have content that people can get
snap,
quick.
yeah.
So in 2010, I was hosting an event called Just Wine, Cheese, and Poetry. And people think it was because I was just me. No, it was just wine, cheese, and poetry. I actually had wine, cheese, and poetry. That's what it was. It was a real intimate, good event. It started blowing up so we had to turn people away. That's how good it was, right? And I would do these things called haiku commercial in between me hosting.
Mm-hmm.
So I would have every time I would bring up a new artist, I'd be like haiku commercial, and people like haiku commercial, and then I'd give them a haiku. So I started posting haiku every day on social media, sometimes 10 a day. And I got like 365 haiku, and that's why I got my book, 365 Haiku. That's why I titled that, because it was a haiku every day I wrote in 2010. Now I got over 5,000 haiku, like maybe 10,000. Like I have a lot of haiku, like, because I write. It was like a writing exercise for me, because I wanted to. As a writer, you have to write.
You got to write.
If you want to be in shape, you have to go to the gym.
Right.
You can never stop doing this.
Right.
I write every day. You gotta write. So if it's just a haiku, that's a writing. You have to write something, get your point across in a structured 5-7-5.
Mm-hmm.
That's a great exercise. Like getting what you want to say, making it clever in 5-7-5. 17 syllables. That was my writing exercise.
Yeah. Yeah. But can you look on the second shelf right there? His book is over there somewhere on that second shelf. Can you grab that? You'll see it's a blue book. You'll see his face on it. But so you also host.
Yeah.
How did you get into hosting, and why did you get into hosting?
I remember my first time I hosted, it was a Caravan bookstore. A sister asked me to come and host, named Lady Di. She wasn't gonna be able to make it. It was an open mic they used to do in Oxon Hill. A brother named Hakeem had a bookstore called Caravan Bookstore. I went there, and I was a horrible host. Horrible because I put myself in a box. I put myself in a box, and I said, I'm not a host, I'm an artist.
Okay.
So when it came to hosting, I was just real basic, like, the next artist we got coming up. But when it came to performing, I was a different guy. I had to change that about myself. I couldn't put myself in that box.
Mm-hmm.
When I allowed myself to open up and be myself, that's when I realized that I'm a pretty good host. Like, allow your personality to shine, just not through your poetry. Allow it to shine through the art, period. And
right.
That's when I started to realize that I can actually host.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, but my first time, it was horrible. It's like, oh man, this sucks. I'll never host again. And then I got another opportunity. And then I started letting my personality shine.
Right.
And I started, okay, I understand how this works now. And that's when I started getting into hosting.
Yeah. So how difficult is hosting? Because a lot of people think that, number one, they're a host. Mm-hmm. A lot of people think that starting your own event is easy. So talk to us about the process of starting your own event, because a lot of people want to do it, but they don't know the work that's done behind the scenes, the anxiety that happens before an event. Like, I don't know when this is going to drop, but I got an event in a few days, and I'm looking at the ticket sales, and I'm like, all right, I believe it will do well, but then also the people got to show up, because last month we sold out, but it wasn't a reflection of that many people that was there. Okay. So a lot of people bought tickets, but they didn't even show up.
But they didn't show. Yeah, okay.
So,
yeah.
Which I appreciate
the support.
The support.
But you want the people in there.
I want the heads and the bodies.
As an artist.
Yeah.
You know, you want to perform in front of people.
Right.
Yeah. This ain't for everybody.
Mm-hmm.
It's not for everybody. Like, facilitating your own event, that's why I said every time, man, give the host a round of applause. Thank you for creating this platform.
Yeah.
That should never go unsaid. Never be taken for granted. Because it's not easy to do. We just wake up and assume, like when you always had something like, oh, let's just watch ESPN real quick. You know, somebody had to start ESPN, right? For you to watch that.
Yeah.
But you wake up and think, oh, I'm just going to watch ESPN.
Yeah.
Yeah. Who started this? That's a platform that allows people to come on and showcase their talents, man. That's hard to do. I've had an event where I did sell tickets, and it went pretty well. I believe breaking even is going well for me.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even have to make a profit. You break even, you win. You won.
Right.
You got your money back, you won. You know, but it's not for everybody. Hosting is not for everybody. You have to be able to keep a show going. You have to be able to get the people ready for the next artist. Every artist is not on the same level, especially when you hosting an open mic and not a showcase. So you got some people who is the first timers, you got some people who will be nervous, and you got some tough ass crowds out here.
Yeah.
You know? Which they just almost, they not doing it purposely, but they like, oh man, who's coming up next? This person's boring. You know, they're getting their phones and everything.
Yeah.
So as a host, you have to be the one that bring that energy back.
Yep.
You have to have the energy so high, so when that first timer comes up, it's almost like they a vet.
Right.
That's
right.
your job.
Yeah.
That's what you got to do.
Got to.
When somebody get up there and say something crazy, and they lose the crowd completely, that's a reflection of you. Guess what you got to do? You got to bring them back.
Yeah.
You got to find a way to make light of what he said, smack him around a little bit, rub his back, and then say, get the crowd. But you got to, it's like, and then you got to be the meanest, nice guy ever. Because you got people, the list is closed. You know what I'm saying? Artists don't understand that.
They don't. they don't.
Because I'm an artist, and everybody believes that they are the next and the best, which they should. This a contact sport. It's competitive,
Right,
We ain't saying pretend like it's not.
Absolutely.
When you come in there and you see Jus Me, Backpack Jeff, or over the pole, you see all these. You be like, oh, I'm bringing my best tonight.
You got to.
I got to bring my best tonight.
Mm-hmm.
To let them know I'm on the same page as them.
Yeah.
That's what it is. It's iron sharpening iron. That's all it is.
Yeah.
But when you hosting, you got to know, okay, look, we have a list. Sign. The list closed, man. I try my best to get you up here. But they don't understand that. That's your job as a host.
Mm-hmm.
That's stressful.
That's stressful.
Because the
messages you get even before that, it's stressful. The amount DMs, text messages, and all of that. I'm running late. I'm not gonna make. I'm sorry that you're running late, but
turn them off. Turn them off.
Turn the notifications off. You hear that, host? Turn them off.
Turn them off. Because as long as you do your part, the groundwork, to put the information out there, readily available for everyone, turn them off. This is a business.
Yeah.
At this point, you can't contact me. We working. I'm getting things ready for the show.
Right.
Turn them off.
Yeah.
Man.
How did you start to monetize your poet career?
When I recognize value in myself.
Okay. And
So,
how did you do it? What did you do to monetize? To start making money doing this thing?
My book, but I have 3 books. So that's actually my 3rd book, the last book I wrote. I have a book titled Straight to the Point I wrote in college. I have another book titled My Alter Ego, Jus Me. That was my 2nd book. That's all full of poems. And this is all haiku. So when I was selling my book, and I started facilitating events, shows, and as well as when I first started getting paid as a featured artist. That's when I really realized that you can make some money in this thing.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a lot that comes with just spoken word. I'm talking about motivational speaking.
Yeah.
I've done voiceovers.
Yeah.
I have people they just like my voice and wanted me to read their poem over across. Okay.
Yeah.
I've been paid for that. Like different things. So
have you done any weddings or anything like that?
I've done weddings. I've done receptions, baby showers, birthday parties, anniversaries.
You got a birthday poem?
I don't.
Like, bruh, I was thinking about that the other day. I'm like, bro, I need a birthday poem where I can just like insert a person's name.
I was commissioned to write one for a birthday party I did years ago, and I wrote a special poem for her. Mm-hmm. Yeah, but I don't have like a birthday poem.
Yeah, I need like a universal joint where it's like, cause like during the birthday, every time it's your birthday, everybody play that 2 Chainz song on your birthday. You know what I'm saying? I need a poem where it's like, oh, it's your birthday. Let me just do this joint real quick, and then I'm gonna put your name in there. I can put your age in there, and it's still super fire, bro. Cause think about how many women you walk across, like like picture going down to the harbor. You see people celebrating their birthday. Oh, it's your birthday. Let me do this poem for you real quick.
Yeah, that'd be dope.
You know, blah blah boom boom boom, and they're like, oh dang, where can I follow you? Where can I find you? Or can you come do that at my? Like, bro, hey, that's a play right there.
And see, and you know what? It's hard for me to do. It's hard for me, like, it's hard for me to do commission pieces.
Really?
Because everything I write, it's like God gave it to me.
Right. You was inspired to write it. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like when they be like, can you write it? And like, I could write it. I can write it. And it'll probably be good. Mm-hmm. But it ain't gonna be this. You know what I'm saying?
Right, yeah. Oh, for sure.
You know, it's like, yeah, God gave me this work right here.
Yeah.
You know, like I can't you can't make that up.
Right.
I can I can put words together and I can make it sound catchy and it'll be good. But this right here, this from the spirit.
Yeah, right.
You know?
Yeah. Because you get people that be like, my mom is famous for, can you come to this house and do a poem? I'm like, what? That's not how that works.
Yeah.
Like, you don't just flip this on and all of a sudden I'm a poet.
Yeah,
like, no, like we be out at the family barbecue. Come on, do a poem.
Yeah. I gotta get in my mode.
No, I'm not even even in that headspace to do anything. And number one, I don't have a backpack.
Yeah.
Number two, again, I'm just not in the headspace to do that. Like, I just can't. Like, that's like asking a comedian to say something funny.
Yeah.
It don't work like that. You know what I'm saying?
And I had to learn to tell people no.
Yeah.
And that's hard for artists.
Yeah.
To say no, because especially when you feel like that you're trying to get to a certain level, you don't want to turn down opportunities because you're like, damn, man, I feel like that might have been it. That might have been this. I might have met this person. So you don't want to hear no. I had to learn to start saying, you need to put value on yourself.
Right.
You need to set your price. What do you say? Don't be too nice to Nick.
Yeah.
Set your price and live your life, my Nick. You know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta really have to do that because people will have you out here performing for water. What? I mean, like, bro,
for nothing. Like, how you gonna disrespect my art like that?
Yeah, and then, man, I promise you, I could tell you 1,000 stories where when I started telling people no, it hurt at first, but you'll get used to it. Yeah, you be like, damn, man, I really wanted to do it, but but they want me to drive
4 hours
here, and then they want me to, and this they don't understand. Okay, say I might be doing a 15, 20-minute set, but you know this blocked out like 4 hours of my day. Because you want me here at a certain time, and I say, so what time am I going on? Okay, well, the guests they're going to be here in a couple of hours. What? So I'm here for 4 hours, and you paying me something to eat? I ain't hungry.
Yeah.
You know? I'm not hungry right now.
Yeah. I just had to turn down an event that was 4 hours away for $100. I was like, I can't come 4 hours.
No. Hell
4 hours one way for $100? Nah, it's
4 hours.
This is this is 200 at the very, and then it was only to do. Somebody asked me to come and just do one poem. Just do one poem. That don't even make sense.
I turned those down before. And see the thing, I don't turn down everything because it has to benefit you. You are a business. It has to benefit you. So let's say if I was to do if it was a poem, you just wanted me to come out and do a poem that's gonna be free for charity. Okay. I have to look at the situation. I have to look at the event and say, how can this benefit me?
Right.
So now I'm gonna start asking, well, can I sell my product? What type of event is this? Who's gonna be there? Who would I be able to network with? Now, if I'm coming to a birthday party and I'm gonna meet all your cousins and them,
I don't care about them.
I mean, I'm sure, but at this point, this is how I'm thinking. And I'm be real transparent and authentic with you. This is what I'm thinking. All I'm doing is coming here and going to be introduced to a whole bunch of people who don't want to pay.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I'm not just doing. I'm performing. Like you said, I'm sweating. I'm giving my heart. I don't just give half-ass performances
at all.
Ever. I'm not saying I don't have bad nights or off nights, but I mean, anytime I touch that stage, I'm trying to give you my absolute best.
Right.
And you don't want to pay for that?
Yeah. And also, you're not just paying for this set. You're paying for the time it took me to write this, the time it took me to memorize this, the time it took me to perfect this. Because when the poem is written, it's not perfected right away. It's not perfected until like the second, third, or fourth performance. Like
right.
I got it because
you
a
become
lot of the
that poem.
words that's in there, some of these are going to get cut out.
Yeah.
Some of them are going to be flipped because it sounds better coming out of my mouth
Yeah.
when I say it like this, or my energy was so high right here that I had to add an extra word or take a word
Yeah.
out to bring it back down. You're paying for my meticulous nature
Yeah.
and making this poem as good as it is and as good as it can be and perfecting it for you and these people. And then also when you, like you said, when you feature this, it's not just poem, but no, it's poem, story, inspiration, joke, poem,
Yep.
story,
Poem.
inspiration,
Yep.
joke, right? Like I'm like you getting a whole show, and if I'm really good, I'm gonna go in my bag and pull out some cards and go David Blaine on you
Yeah.
real quick and go, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Straight like that.
Yep. Absolutely, man. It's people pay you two ways, for your time and for what you know. As an artist, you're paying for both. I have to be here and put the work in, and you paying me for my expertise. You trust that I know what I'm doing, or else I'm sure you got a nephew or a niece who writing poetry. Get them to perform.
Right.
You know, give them an opportunity. But me, I put a lot of time and effort and energy and work into this. I deserve to be compensated.
And I'm not gonna compromise
No.
my compensation for the sake of you, because listen, if you want a show, you ask for me because you know what I can deliver, right? You're getting a full show. This ain't gonna just be some run of the mill thing. Nah, I'm gonna give you and your people a full show. And if you want this experience, and if you want this experience for them, and you know that they want this experience, you'll compensate because it's a whole experience. You know
That's
what I'm
exactly
saying?
what it is.
So
That's exactly what it is.
yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So, all right. So look, talk to me about your fitness journey. I remember you asked a question a while back, and you was like, "What position did I play when I played football in college, and what was my heaviest weight?" And I would have never guessed by looking at you now. I would have never guessed. I'd have been like, this is probably your heaviest weight right here. Like, you were probably skinny and then built up. So tell us about this journey, man. What was your heaviest weight?
My heaviest weight was 305, maybe 305.
And what do you weigh now?
Right now, I'm sitting in probably, I'm bouncing between 208 to 212.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah. And that's when I'm in my lean out right now. Like, it's summertime lean, but wintertime, if I'm just on bulking, I probably get up to about 220, 225 at the heaviest. But mostly I'm walking around about 208 to 212, 215, something like that. Yeah. But as far as like my journey, I play offensive line. I earned a full scholarship. Well, after high school, had no grades. Didn't do as well in high school sports as I should have been. I was lazy as hell. I was, I bullshitted a lot in high school. Went to junior college. Montgomery Junior College when they had a football team. Played there 2 years, started, earned a full scholarship to Fort Valley State University. Went down there, played, ended up getting all conference honors as an offensive lineman. After college, after football, tried out for a couple of NFL teams. Well, I did a couple of combines with the Atlanta Falcons, Tampa Bay, Cleveland. It was cool. It was a great experience, but I didn't have the love or the passion for the sport that I did before. And if anything you want to be great in, anything you want to succeed in, you gotta love it. You gotta love the practice.
Right.
You gotta love that. And it wasn't in me. It wasn't that passion. It didn't burn in me anymore. And I was like, it's time to stop. So once I stopped that, I went. I had a lot of. I've always been like on the bigger side. And I thought that's what I was supposed to be. I was still working out. I was lifting heavy, but I was still eating heavy. But wasn't playing ball no more. I didn't need that weight anymore.
Right.
So I said, you know what? I want to change some things about myself. So I started doing a lot of research and with how you're supposed to eat, talking to people. I changed up my diet. At one time, I was a vegetarian for a year. You know, I just played around. It was trial and error for me. So I got to a point where I said, man, I need to come down. I came down. I went down from 295 to 285. Then I said I came down a little more, 265, 250. I thought 250 was the weight. Everybody would tell you this too. At 250, don't go no lower than that. That's how you supposed, that's your weight.
Yeah.
All right, I hear you. Kept going. I kept going to the point I started networking with some bodybuilders, some nutritionists, and to the point where I got to where I am now. Now I write meal plans for people. I train people. But it was like a 10-plus year journey.
Wow.
You know,
And
a
doing it.
lot of trial and error to get to where I'm at now. And I still want to get better. You know, it's always another level. Whatever level you think you're on, it's always another level.
Always another.
Don't ever stop.
How'd you come up with the motto, shut up and grind? I like that. I'm not going to lie to you. I like that. It needs to be on a shirt.
If my coach used to always say, I got my position coach, Coach Barry used to say, if you ain't getting better, you're getting worse. It ain't no such thing as staying the same. You either getting better or you getting worse.
Mm-hmm.
People who maintain lose stuff.
Yep.
We ain't trying. That's why you got millionaires who are always trying to find ways to make more money. They're not greedy. They just not trying to stay the same. Because if you staying the same, you start losing.
Yep.
So shut up and grind is a lot of people do a whole lot of talking about what they doing or what they getting ready to do. You know, I'm getting ready to get this together. Okay, shut up and grind. Stop talking about it. Show me.
Right.
Show me the action. I hear you. It sounds good. You're a great speaker.
Mm-hmm.
Where the action at?
I want to see the results.
I got to see the results.
Yeah. Show me the pay stub. Show me the tangible evidence of what you've done.
Yep. So that's what shut up and grind, man. Just really trying to motivate myself, and while motivating myself, I just be motivating others.
Yeah.
That's just my personality. I always want to see people win. I want to see people get better. That's just who I am. So if you're around me and you tell me about something, and you looking for me to talk you out of not trying it, I'm the wrong person to talk to.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm gonna say, no, you can do it. I don't care what it is. If you want to do it, you believe it, you can achieve it.
Yeah. I like that.
Manifest it. You can do it. Why not? Why not you? When I speak to kids at different schools and they tell me their dreams, right? And I say, well, what do you want to do? Like one kid said he want to play football. And I say, well, you know, you can do it. And you can make it to the NFL. How many push-ups you doing a day? You working on your position drills? What are you doing every day to get better?
Right.
And once you do that, you're going to have to start learning how to block people out. And when I say block people out, I'm talking about your family members.
Mm-hmm.
I'm talking about your mother.
Yeah.
Because your mother wants to keep you safe. So she's gonna say, well, you know, and she's gonna give you all the statistics of how many people make it to the NFL.
Right.
And I understand, I get that. But guess what? Somebody is getting drafted.
Somebody's gonna have to. Every year they have to draft
Somebody.
256 people, something like that.
Why not you?
Why
not you?
Yeah.
Don't put so much pressure on yourself. I just had this conversation the other day. Just try it. And if it doesn't work, try it again. Or try something else.
Or try it a different way.
Try it. Stop being so damn perfect.
Yeah.
Because you're not going to win. Perfect never wins.
Yeah.
Greatness be mistakes. Some of the greatest art pieces, artifacts in the world today were mistakes.
Man, I hope y'all picked that. I hope y'all just caught that message. Some of the greatest pieces of art in this world were created by mistake.
A damn mistake.
So you run across kids, man, and I speak to kids, man, as well, and I definitely want to have you out to speak to kids, bro, because what a lot of kids don't understand, man, is that like you can tell me you want it, but I don't really believe it. I'd be like, nah, you kind of want it because you how many push-ups you doing every night? You need to have an answer.
Need to have an answer.
How often you working on these on your footwork? You need to have an answer. How many miles you running? You need to have an answer. How many sit-ups you doing? You need to have an answer. How, like, if once a kid tells me that they want to be a professional, I'm now going to hold you to the standard of a professional.
Yes.
And if you are not working as such, then bro, it's not going to happen. Because I'll tell any kid right now in high school who think they good at basketball, if you think you real good, play me one-on-one. If you can't dog me, you're not good enough.
I shouldn't be on the court with you. Because I'm not a basketball
I was a D3 player. I was an all-conference player. Now, I shouldn't have been D3, but I was a D3 player.
Yeah.
And if you are not dogging me, you're not good enough, bro. Because if I went and I played any of the professionals in the NBA, most of them going to dog me. And I'm not going to say I'm not going, you know what I'm saying? I'm not going to get some buckets and I'm not going, because I like playing defense. But if you not dogging me, bro, you're not good enough.
It should be a separation.
Yeah.
You just like with performing. Like, if you just started doing this, like, you might be good, but you're going to see the difference.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
You're going to see the level of separation. You're going to be like, okay, yeah, they had a really good poem, or that was nice. But when I perform, I'm going to show you the level of professionalism. I'm going to show you this 20 years right now.
Right.
I'm about to show you this 20 years.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
You can have a good night, and I'm going to still show you this 20 years. It's going to be a difference.
Yeah.
You know? That's just, I'm a professional. This is what I do.
Right.
Once you start getting paid for your craft, you are a professional.
Yeah. Hey, listen. It's definitely levels to it, man. Yeah. There's certain people that can walk in a room and get respect in any room because of who they are. You're one of those people. Because once Just Me walks in, now it's like, oh shoot, I gotta step my game up because he's here. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of people, they be like, oh, let me step my game up because Just is here. You know what I'm saying? Or let me step my game up because I know he's gonna be watching me. I know he's gonna be judging me, or you know what I'm saying? Like I want to say something to him, stuff like that. You know what I mean? So you get in those positions, man, where people really admire what you do as an artist and who you are and your talents. And that's how you know. That's another way that you know when you're on like that next level, when you get that respect from other artists who do what you do, but they just kind of put you in that upper echelon.
And it's humbling. It wasn't like the journey or the road wasn't easy, and to be honest, it's a lot of circles that are not as inviting. I ain't gonna say no names and nothing like that because I don't want to start nothing. But it's a lot of circles that are not as inviting. And when I started hosting, when I started creating platforms, that was my biggest thing. I said I want to make sure that I make things inclusive
for
everyone.
People,
especially if I'm having an open mic, because that's what people find themselves at open mic. You got professionals come tune, try new poems, try to stay sharp. You got people who are future professionals. I wanted to make it. I wanted everybody to be in the same building. So I had a guy come up to me one time and he said, "How are you able to have somebody as young as 18 years old and as old as 80 in the same place and everybody feel comfortable?" That's all on you as a host.
Dang.
If I walk, I've been to a lot of open mics. Some open mics I will never go to again. I will never go. I'm not coming to your open mic because I don't like the energy.
Yeah.
I don't even like what you building this thing on. I just don't, and I can feel it. And I don't have to say one person's name. I don't have to put nobody out there. You know who you are.
Yeah.
You know who you are. I don't like that energy. It's only a few open mics that I feel comfortable going to, and I want to feel comfortable. I want to feel that energy. I want to network. I want to give that hug, shake that hand.
Right. Yeah.
That's what we here for. We here to build community, be inclusive.
Yeah, 100%, bro. Like that's, I'm definitely with you, man. Like there's a couple open mics that I was at, and I felt like an outsider as opposed to You know what I'm saying? Being included as a host, that's another thing that you have to do, man. Like I do my best to make sure that I introduce myself to everybody. Like, hey, what's going on? How y'all doing? Y'all good? Like y'all need anything to, service come over and take care of y'all? Yeah, everything good. You got any problems, issues, let me know. I don't expect that you will, because the bartenders and servers are amazing. But if you do, let me know. I'll make sure we take care of it, take care of them. They're gonna take care of y'all. Cool? Cool. Like a lot of people miss that social part of it. You know what I'm saying? And even if you want to build a successful open mic, if you want to build a successful event, everybody don't have their boots on the ground, man.
Yeah.
Like you gotta, like you can't say that, or even this. People be like, how come I don't get features? Where have you been? You good at what you do, but your accolades and your trophies mean nothing to me. If you haven't supported this event, then how do you expect me just off of you feel entitled because you've got a title that I'm just supposed to, that's not at my space. I don't need it. I know enough people to where I'll feature Just Me once a year. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people get that, man. And that's one of the things that I don't understand is that, like, if this is what you do and you're saying you want to be good at this, you've got to go out and actually be with the people. Like it's not going to happen just because you've made a name for yourself in a particular circle. In this other circle, we don't know you.
Yep.
We don't know you. We don't, because we've read all of the accolades, we've read the extensive bio, but the people were still not impressed by this.
Yeah. People feature, you get features. So you already know when you hosting the event. For me anyway, I feature if your art or your work is, to me, is good, and I feel like you can hold a feature, I'm gonna feature you. But a lot of people feature because they're trying to put numbers in the seats, and I always said I don't do that, and the reason I don't do that because I was like, that's my responsibility. I'm not going to depend on you and your name, because especially when you're dealing on a local level, I can go to up the street throughout the week and see this person perform. Right. So it's not like you bringing somebody, unless you're bringing somebody who they don't get an opportunity to see, and they're going to make plans to come out to, then that's a special case. But for the most part, when you're featuring people who are in the area and they're all over. So they be like, well, why would I pay $20 to come here to see this person if I can just go and he gonna be over here for $5 at Busboys? You see what I'm saying? That's just, so when I feature people, I try to build a strong enough event that's inclusive and people enjoy coming to. The feature is an addition. Right.
Yeah. Yeah. You don't need their name. This is already established. Right. Yeah.
But you got him too? Okay, bet. Right. That's what I'm trying to build, that foundation where it's like I'm already gonna be here.
Right. Regardless of who it is. Because
this is the dessert.
Yeah, because I feel included. Yeah. I get that hug, I get that handshake. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Everybody want to be somewhere where everybody knows their name. Them white folk was on to something with that cheers. You see what I'm saying? You want to go somewhere where everybody knows your name. Yeah. Everybody want to feel comfortable. They want to feel needed, feel wanted, feel loved. I want to create that experience.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely, man. So this has been a great conversation, bro. So I wanna move into the social media and stuff like that. Like you've really taken this social media thing seriously, and you started to post and started to produce way more content, and literally, man, like you said earlier, living in your truth, man. Talk to us about this social media journey, man. How's that going?
I was, honestly, in the beginning, I was anti-social media, because I was like, man, they out here, social media, they got all these followers, and then you get them on stage and they ain't really who they say they are, Yeah. That's just because I came in the time and I watched social media come around, and I watched from when it started to what it is now, and I'm like, this is a part of the game now. If you call yourself a business, how are you gonna say I'm anti-social media and you got every major company who's ahead of you on social media?
And they literally have hired positions for social media director, social media analyst. Like Tom, was that his name off Facebook? Tom.
Yeah, that's Tom.
Tom created jobs for people in government.
Is that Tom or Tom was on MySpace?
Tom was MySpace.
Yeah, Tom was my Zuckerberg. Mark Zuckerberg.
Mark Zuckerberg.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
Zuckerberg. Zucky. Old Zucky boy.
Yeah.
Mark. He literally created jobs for people.
Yeah.
In government to do social media. Who would have thought?
And it's a job.
And it's a job.
It's something to be taken serious. You know, when I really said, you know what, I need to start working on like getting more active on and more visible on social media. So I started doing the reels and the TikTok. And I that's just me having fun. That's the pandemic. That's the pandemic. That's all that is. Just having fun, just finding ways to stay creative. And I take my poetry serious. But my reels and my TikTok, that's just me letting my personality shine through. It's not nothing heavy. I'm just having fun.
You having fun with it, man.
And that's all this the pandemic, and I've just been writing like crazy because when you peace be still. I just started like really focusing on my writing and just putting out more material just so I can just stay. Really, you have to stay relevant, especially with this pandemic. Like if you would have tucked away for a year and a half,
hit record.
If you would have tucked away for a year and a half, you were done.
Yeah,
you were done.
Yeah, yeah. Like it, man. The pandemic was hard because it literally took away the thing that we loved the most was the interaction, the social engagement that we felt every time we went to an open mic, we went on stage. And like you said, man, you got to write during this pandemic, and you also got to be perfecting. Like you can't miss an opportunity to perfect your thing. You know what I'm saying? And I was one of those people who missed that opportunity because I found it difficult to write during the pandemic. I found it difficult to perform online. I did some online performing, but anytime people ask me, "Oh, can you jump on here?" I'm like, the way my ADD is set up, I can't see myself sitting in front of a camera for 2 hours or an hour waiting on my turn to perform.
Yeah,
I can sit on it and watch, but then to be like, oh shoot, all right, now I gotta get, because it's different when you at a show. You can prepare for it, walk around, talk, you know what I'm saying, stuff like that. So it's definitely different. But man, social media, bro, like you have literally taken social media, and people now have more insight to who you are and to, you know, what your personality is, man. So one of the things that you're not afraid to talk about is love and relationships, right? Talk to us a little bit about what I'm trying to grab this question. Come to me. What is it that Just Me is looking for in a woman? Let me just ask that. Man, you can take that camera and put it right there.
What is Just Me looking for in a woman?
Yeah.
And to be honest, I just recently can answer that question, what I'm looking for in a woman.
Okay.
And one of the hardest things to admit is I had it so many times, but I wasn't ready to receive it.
And I heard that in the last poem, the last new poem that you wrote.
I wasn't ready to receive it.
Why not?
immaturity. It's everything is growth. Everything is experience. Just immature. Thinking that love looked another way, and we can get. I mean, it can get really deep. It's a lot of trauma. It's a lot of trauma. Like, and when you become a man, sometimes when men start talking about their trauma and their experiences, it comes off as excuses. So I'm gonna put the disclaimer out. This is not an excuse, but it's just me recognizing my trauma, and this is how I'm getting to the point where I'm at now, like understanding why I didn't take advantage of some of those relationships that I had before. Mm-hmm. Being raised by a single mother, not seeing those relationships, not seeing those examples, hearing those conversations with my mom and her cousins and stuff like that, saying I don't need no man, I can do bad by myself, having an overprotective mother. Nobody ever good enough for your son. Nobody, you know what I'm saying? They always gonna find something. Nah, you need to focus on this.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Putting those apprehensions in me. Those weren't on me before, but just listening to that and not understanding that, not growing up with a father and not getting those lessons that I needed and getting them late. I'm just learning stuff that I should have learned when I was a kid.
Right.
By not having a father. But see, those are conversations that we need to have. Those conversations that need to be in the forefront. Like, this is the reason that I am not able, or I was not ready to give you the love that you deserve. Because of this trauma right here. Mm-hmm. And not knowing how to address it and who to address it with. Never had this before. I'm just learning shit that I should have learned when I was a kid.
Right.
When I was a child, I should have learned this stuff.
How are you learning it now? What opened your eyes to say, you need to start taking responsibility? Because I think that's how the poem starts, right?
Yeah.
I'm taking responsibility.
I take responsibility.
Right? Yeah. I remember when I said that poem was crazy.
I take responsibility for all the pain I caused, not planning to make up for it.
Man, I have a poem just like that called Paying for My Sins. Mm-hmm. I have another poem that's like that called Don't Trust Love. Mm-hmm. And in the beginning, I wrote a letter to love, and it's like, love, I don't trust you no more. Mm-hmm. Like, I gave you everything, and you gave me nothing. Mm-hmm. But then love writes a letter back to me and says, whoa, 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 whoa. Did you forget I gave you this? And what'd you do with it? Mm-hmm. Messed it up. I gave you this, mm-hmm. and what'd you do with it? Messed it up. One of my favorite lines in it when love is speaking to me is, if you love music so much, how come you didn't listen to Lil Wayne and Michael Jackson? Didn't they teach you about Mona Lisa and Dirty Diana? Why do you always fall for her type? And if you know the song Mona Lisa by Lil Wayne and Dirty Diana by Michael Jackson, you know that those aren't women that you should fall for. But why do you always fall for her type?
Yeah. Yeah.
So take some accountability for this, and don't just blame me, because it wasn't just me. Have I failed you? Sure. But I wasn't the only one who failed in this part.
That's the journey I'm on right now, accountability. Yeah. Taking accountability. I just saw something on Instagram the other day where it said the pain will go away once it teaches you.
Say that again. Jeez.
You still feeling this pain because you're still learning. So when a lot of stuff has been put in my face over the past couple of weeks, and I gotta be a man and sit there and look at it. Sisters that I've dealt with before, seeing them happy with somebody else, who were 100% in my corner, give me the love that I needed.
Happy with somebody else,
but I let it I let it slide away, and now I gotta deal with that pain.
Yeah,
I gotta deal with that.
Yep.
But as a man, You lick your wounds, and you keep pushing. You learn from it. You grow from it. Somebody said, I heard a poet say, I can't remember who it was. He said, if you don't learn from your mistakes, it ain't no point in making them. I forgot who it was.
Hey, listen.
I forgot who that was that said that, man. But it was dope.
Listen,
you don't learn from your mistakes, and ain't no point in making them. So I'm just going through my accountability, realizing I know what that love looked like.
Right.
And when they come again, yeah,
you know what to do with it this time.
You're gonna see it on social media. It's gonna be a whole TikTok about this engagement. You'll see it.
Hey, my man. All right. Jeez, man. Give us some closing words, man. Something to inspire artists, man. Something to inspire people along their fitness journey, man. Give us some closing words.
If you call yourself a writer, write. If you want to get in shape, you want to lose weight, go to the gym. Eat right. Start somewhere. Stop trying to be so perfect.
Yeah.
Try it. If it don't work, try it again. Like you said, try it another way. This life is full of trial and error. You're going to have some bumps in your head. Don't be scared to fall. You know, I got a poem. I'm gonna do it just about on Wednesday, where it's called Monday Motivation. You know, and I just wrote that. The reason I wrote it, because, I mean, we all need that motivation. Can I drop it?
Yeah.
Monday motivation is just growing up, I was taught that hard work trumps all failure. But I'm a man now. My mama proud of her boys, so you can stand back or stand down. I transform my weakness into my strength like a sundial. They say life's a bitch, but we both on the beach with our feet in the sand now. Sitting back, laying and waving at the clouds, thanking God for every 90-degree day, because I don't duck the sun, I duck the shade, see? I shine different, and I can't hear you if it's hate in your language, see? I sign different, and I'm behind anyone willing to give birth to their dreams. I guess this means I'm pro-life as well as pro-choice, and I ain't one to brag, but I talk cash shit like an invoice, see? Life ain't fair. And the same people you help be the same ones that tell you to help yourself. But don't be shocked when I learn to beat the odds with the hand I'm dealt. You know how the saying goes. What goes up must come down, but that be the main reason you're afraid to reach for the top, because you might hit the ground. And how that sound? You won't take the elevator to the top floor because it might break down. Well, I'd rather try my luck up here, and the success is bougie, and I'd rather be stuck up here. I'm the type to win and look to help my peers, and scared money don't make money, and I'm ready to face my fears. And besides, I can't remember the rest of it, but I have it on Wednesday.
Hey, yo, how you gonna? Hey, look, if y'all want to hear the rest of that, y'all gonna have to go follow my man. Y'all gonna have to go follow my man, Jus Me, man. Only one Jus Me on all social media platforms. Y'all can follow me at Backpack Jeff on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, wherever you get it at, man. Make sure y'all subscribe, like, comment, subscribe. Okay, we need y'all to like, comment, and subscribe, because the more y'all like, comment, and subscribe, the further this podcast reaches, man. The more minds and the more ears we can touch if you guys like, comment, follow, and subscribe. Okay, share this with 10 people, share this with 5 people, man. There's something in here that you took away from it. Send me a DM, let us know what you took away from it. Drop a comment on the YouTube, let us know what you took away from it, man. Go follow this brother, man. Go check out everything that he's doing. Y'all see I got my copy a long time ago. All right, 365 haiku, man. Haikus for every day of the year, man. This is a phenomenal brother, man, who is doing amazing things, not just in the DMV, man, but just all over, man, in regards to his art. A genuine good brother to talk to, man. I like the space that you're in this accountability space, man. And what I want to do, bro, is I want to start getting us men together more frequent, bro. I don't think we get together enough, man.
We definitely need to get together more.
We need to get together more and talk, man, and just kind of be in the same space as each other and grow with each other and support each other, man, because we are all doing some amazing things. It's time to start celebrating those amazing things with one another, man. Yep. So, it's your guy Backpack, man. Y'all know the motto, stay in your bag, because when you in your bag, you never got to chase the bag. It's your guy Backpack.